about this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Notts County. As always, if you're enjoying the save, drop a like on the video, that would be tremendous. So today I thought we'd just start on the under-18 squad, just so that we've got something in the background while we talk through some other things, basically. The first of those things is that we've had two massive injuries, which is just beautiful, what you want. So Hadi Islami has broken his ankle, so he's going to be out for 5 months, and Darren Lever has broken his leg in the same week. So yeah, two massive injuries that are really going to hit the squad hard. They're not first teamers, but they are players that we were probably going to have to rely on at some point this year, particularly Darren Lever, for him to break his leg. And it said 6 to 7 months. So, and that was of course after, literally just after the transfer window had shut. So that was just, well, obviously the transfer window had already shut, but like, yeah, very, very frustrating, it would be fair to say. Love it when Unger misses a chance and you say, Unger, over. I always expect the next line from Naked Gun, which is over, done. I await Match Eurovision entry, my lovely confidence horse. Oh yes, it's coming soon. This episode and last episode are prime episodes why I can't play FM right now. With the whole quarantine, I can't handle FM just going, nah mate, this is going to suck too. Yeah, it does seem to have been like that for a while now, and that Man United game in the last episode that I talked about was just crazy nonsense of that very much variety. I think tactically we're still on the right track, and the off-camera games have definitely given me more reason to think that, for sure. And I do believe that the defensive changes we've made in terms of personnel have definitely made us stronger, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. And we do seem to have some nice firepower at the moment, but it is about how we take that forward, really. Now, FM feels a bit random this year. Like, yeah, boss, today we're going to do what you want us to do. We're going to smash United 5-1, and then the next game, you know, Gaffer, tonight's just not the right night for football. Gotta love this one. Yeah. It does seem like that. I don't know. I think we've had some terrible records against Real Madrid particularly, and Spanish sides in general. But we just seem to get horrendous draws in almost every cup we enter. Like, we've got the League Cup this year. So there's literally tens and tens of teams that we could play. But we always get drawn against Premier League teams. And it's again, this year, Palace we've got this time around. I can't remember the last time in the League Cup that we didn't at least get like 2 or 3 rounds of lower league sides. But it's always the same. Last year we did get Hull in the FA Cup, in fairness, who were a championship side, I think. But yeah, very rarely do we get like a lower league team to play against. And it's quite annoying because it never get a chance to really rest players out. Honestly, it sucks to lose like this when you know you have such a good team. I slammed many a desk in a similar situation on FM. Luckily, I used to be able to laugh it off a lot of the BSC game. I wish I could do that too. I kind of have to, really, because I'm being recorded, aren't I? So that's kind of the reason for it a lot of the time. You should see my reactions when I don't. I do want to pound Madrid into the sand, though. So a little update on the situation with the Champions League. We got our group stage draw. We got Barcelona, Leverkusen and Celtic. I actually can't believe this. And we got possibly the toughest like secondary team that we could have got drawn against. There were so many teams we could have got drawn against that were average at best in that second pot, but yet we still get Barcelona. It's absolutely ridiculous now how many draws we've got that are just like this now. I'm going to show you, in fact. So here's how the draw shaped up for the Champions League. So we got Barca, Bayer Leverkusen and Celtic. So Man United, I assume they were a pot two. Look at this group. United, Sevilla, Lazio and Saint Etienne. PSV, Atletico, Slavia Prague and Trabzonspor, for crying out loud. This one, okay, is slightly tougher, but even so, Inter would have been a much better one with Galatasaray and RZ. And then obviously Napoli, Marseille, Anderlecht. Liverpool got, well, they were in the second pot, they must have been. Or were they? Yeah, they must have been. So Liverpool, okay, but we wouldn't have drawn Liverpool though, because they're in the same country. Zenit and Partizan, this one was a bit tougher as well. And Juventus, sure, but I don't know. We've got really bad draws so far. And I fully expect that if we win our group, we'll end up getting drawn against Real Madrid again. But I did say I wanted that, so that's fine. Real have now won back-to-back Champions Leagues, and we've been knocked out in successive seasons by Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid and Real Madrid, I think. So yeah, it's been difficult, it would be fair to say. Also, we've never been invited to the World Club Cup, despite the fact that almost every other English team I see plays in it every single summer now. First of which was this, a 3-0 hammering of Bournemouth. Really, really good. Rincon scored a pair, which is very, very good. And then James Unger got one as well in the night. Really, really top performance against Bournemouth. Just ground them into nothing. They didn't even have a shot in the game. And I should point out, in our off-camera matches now, I believe it's now, what's the stat? 19 chances created and 5 conceded so far. So we're definitely cutting down on the number of chances being conceded against us. Doesn't seem, well, actually, it does seem to have stopped goals in a way. And we're certainly scoring more and creating more chances now. And hopefully we can kind of continue that and really start to pick up where we left off. Brighton was poor. I don't think we were great against Brighton, but we were much better at home to Bournemouth, and it really did show. And then things got much, much better at home against struggling, albeit bottom West Brom. Bertelson's scored, Vilbergerson scored, De Los Santos scored, Rincon scored, and Greg Campbell also missed a penalty in this one as well. It could have been 5-0, possibly could have been even more. Trashing of them, and it's the second game in a row that in the Premier League that we haven't conceded a shot on target. And I've come to the conclusion now that in order to not concede goals against these teams, and by that I mean any team, it seems the only way we can truly stop it is by not conceding shots on target, because apparently they will just go in, which is what it seems to be like. But we did score 4 today, could have been more. Great performance from iTouch. Rincon scored himself another goal, which is very, very nice indeed. And De Los Santos came off the bench to get a goal and an assist. And then even at home against Everton, another terrific performance, another 12 shots on target. Now this time Everton did have shots on target, but they didn't create anything with it. We were phenomenal. De Los Santos scored. He had to come off in the second half as he picked up a slight knock. Beckhardt made it 2-0 in the 82nd minute. But again, if this was flipped, we'd have lost 5-0, it feels like. But nevertheless, we got ourselves another victory and a 4th consecutive clean sheet in the Premier League. That's, to me, the big difference. These two, with these guys next to them, are really forming an incredible backline of just pure rocky defence. It's glorious. And then finally, we travelled to Spurs and got a very, very fortunate victory. I don't know how we kept a clean sheet, but what I would say again, Spurs did not create very much, and that's kind of the key. They had more shots, but it was mostly pot shots from range, and it was brilliant. Unfortunately, James Unger was injured again, but unfortunately, he had no choice really because De Los Santos was carrying a slight knock, so we had to put him in this time. And then Guerra, in the 90th minute, came off the bench to score the winner. So Rincon had a pretty poor day, but Guerra coming off the bench. Dubois was phenomenal again, and we got ourselves our 5th consecutive victory in the Premier League without conceding a goal. Defensively, we are absolutely unplayable at the moment. Struggling a little bit in going forward sometimes to actually fashion chances, but not really when you look at it. So I feel like we've definitely conceded less goals than we should have done. I feel like with the 5 chances we've conceded, we should have conceded a goal by now. But we've been great going forward too, and it's really good. It will come back to us at some point, I expect, but it's nice to at least get off to this good start, as it leaves us, well, not even comfortably top, it leaves us top of the Premier League. 11 goals from 5 matches, none conceded, 15 points out of 15. I can't really argue with that. Chelsea and Man City are right in behind us, though. But then there's a little gap back to Liverpool on 11 points, who are already 4 points off the pace. Watford, who we play next, are 5 points behind us. But the real key thing here is that, Arsenal have only got 5 points, and Manchester United have drawn all 5 matches. They beat us 6-1 in the Charity Shield, and have now drawn all 5 matches, and are one of the few winless teams left in the Premier League. They're already 10 points off the top of the league. A very strange start to the season, I guess you would say. West Brom have obviously lost every single game so far, as you would kind of expect. Bournemouth have kind of continued the freefall they were on last season, despite their little mini resurgence, and are looking even worse at the moment as things stand. Everton started off a bit patchy, but Ronaldo will probably sort them out quite comfortably. Southampton, despite only scoring 4 times and conceding 3, have managed to get 8 points so far and only lost 1 match, so fair play to them. iTouch has already got 4 assists so far, and Rincon's got 3 goals. So things are looking pretty damn solid for us so far, at the back particularly. They seem to have really recovered from the Manchester United one. We've got goals in the team, perhaps not quite as many on average as last season, but the defensive side of things is where we've really stepped up, and we definitely took a step back last season in conceding 38 goals, I think it was in the end, which is 8 more than the previous year, but we also scored 14 more. So all in all, a step in the right direction. But I feel like these defensive reinforcements have just given us that little bit more strength at the back. Today, we go to Celtic Park, though. So a nice little breakaway, but you never know with this game, do you? So with that in mind, we're going to get into things, quite frankly, and I want to see what we're capable of. And away from home is where we're going to have to do that. Obviously, I didn't even bother registering Darren Lever because he can't play. And Unger is, of course, going to be missing with that twisted ankle. But it's okay because, we can rotate around. Guerra or Rincon? I feel like Rincon is still the man I want to keep persisting with for now. But the thing is, despite scoring goals, I don't know, it's weird. The progression is just not happening anymore. A very odd one for that one. Hoping this partnership builds up, which is kind of what I really want. Bring Silva in for a little rest, little break to give Acevedo a chance to drop out, because we've got nice partnerships working up. I really do like these two at the back. They've put in some really stellar performances so far. And with Jespersen still, or he was certainly recovering from an injury, it's been a nice little break to get those guys in. So pleasing so far. We haven't had to try out the 4-4-2 yet, and because no one's played it against us. Spurs played a 4-4-1-1, and maybe we would have performed better had I played it. But it really does only seem to be 4-4-2s that we super struggle against. And even then, it's only really the big sides, but we'll see. And it appears they're missing their top scorer, Dapo Mabude, which is a glorious name as well. So, yeah, a few players missing for them. Hopefully, this should be straightforward, but you never know, really, do you? I mean, I can hardly complain. We've won our first 5 league games without conceding. However, that looks different. Those look deeper than I was expecting, although that might actually favour us somewhat with the wide play we use. So this might not be the end of the world. The one downside is that I feel like we're due one of those games where we create like 6 chances and don't score, and then they'll have like 2 free kicks and a corner goal or something, which is perturbing. So hopefully it doesn't happen today, because we really do need the points. Games like this are very, very important. We need to basically get home and away wins against Celtic and Bayer Leverkusen, and then hope that once again we can pull off miracles against Barca. Like we did put 4 goals past them the last time we played them. Good ball downfield, and right, this time it's been 1. iTouch has really started the season well. Certainly from a creative standpoint. He's cutting inside. He's going to shoot here, you'd feel. It's a good strike, and it's well saved by the goalkeeper. Okay. Wow, this has been a poor... flicked over the crossbar. We've done all the work so far. Oh, Jesus. Right, well, Guerra's going to have to come in now. We need big game from him now. Once again, though, defensively, we've not conceded a shot, which is basically all we can really do from a defensive standpoint with this tactic now. Jean Carlos, please don't shoot. He got into a decent position, but they always seem to get it wide. Dubois, Jean Carlos. We're looking... we're the better side so far, which is what we want, but... we're not creating a great deal. Dubois, lovely room for Silva. He's got to whip this across for Guerra. De Los Santos' header on target. Okay, we're starting to grind into the match now. It's going to cut through again. Beckart. That's it. Keep moving that ball around. De Los Santos. We need overlaps really here. There we go. Campbell's got loads of bodies in the box. Has to find one of them and finds iTouch. Over the crossbar again. Jean Carlos' ball again. iTouch. Down for Silva. iTouch can turn. Finds Beckart. Oh, that's a really poor effort again. What's with the low power? Well, coming up to half time, and once again, we're going to have conceded 0 shots. Which really does, for me, show the strength that we've got at the back at the moment in this team. De Los Santos knocks it down, and Guerra around the post. He couldn't quite get it on there. Well, half-time, and we've basically done everything in this match but score, which is, you know, typical. Hopefully we can do something better in the second half. I mean, if we stay the same at the back for the second half, that'll be fine and take care of itself. But we need someone, even if it's just a cheeky 1-0 victory to scrape another one through. That's fine. Has to be done sometimes. For iTouch, please use the overlap. Oh, what a ball for Campbell. He's going to shoot, isn't he? De Los Santos. Oh, he snuck it in the near post. Celtic 0, Notts County 1. Augustin De Los Santos. He really does have a knack of scoring these types of goals. I think there was the first one against Everton. Wasn't too dissimilar from that, where it was almost like a nothing situation, and he was able to find the finish. And I'm starting to like his work more and more. Like, he should not be scoring from there. But he's taken the goalkeeper off guard, and that's his 3rd goal of the season already. I love him so much. John Carlos has not done well since coming on to us. I might get Torgerson on. The guy can really pass. And I might just leave it at that. I want to see if he can use that passing ability for the rest of this match and create some chances for us. iTouch. Saved by the goalkeeper. Let's get some good deliveries in from iTouch. He's done well so far. Ball in. De Los Santos' header! And it's smashed at goal a couple of times, and it's a free kick to Celtic. I mean, we've been excellent, but yet again, just failing to score enough goals for my money. Dubois. Go on, ping one. And it's cleared. I'd be tempted to maybe move over to ball-playing centre-backs to give us a little bit more dynamism at the back, but I'm not sure what you guys think of that. iTouch. Dubois again. Look at the overlap for Silva. He's going to end up shooting or something, isn't he? Right, Silva's got a chance to pick a good cross out. Dubois will get the shot away. Somebody please shoot. Oh, still concerns me somewhat that we have these matches and we're winning them 1-0. Like, I don't know what more we can do. Guerra. Oh, that's poor. We could score more, of course. That would help. But at least De Los Santos is here to bail us out again. We just need to get the win now. That's all this one's about. Dubois. We've been really good still, but second goal would have been nice. Oh, De Los Santos. What can he come up with here? Oh, whip one across the... he could still go for it, though. Beckart just drilled this across the Dubois. He's got to find the long shot here. Oh, tipped over by the goalkeeper again. Go on, iTouch. Let's make it 2-0. At least give us some confidence coming to keep that run going. Ball in. Oh, it's cleared away, and it's headed away again, but we're not done yet. Look at the space for iTouch out there. Tons of room. He can get into the box as well, and he's gone past 1, gone past 2, saved again. If they score now, then... whatever. Like, honestly, whatever. This game is ridiculous. Because just the 18 shots on target to generate 1 goal. Meanwhile, our opponents just seem to be able to score goals out of fucking thin air. It seems to have been an on-running theme literally ever since we drew Real Madrid in the Champions League last year. It's just been this so freaking often, particularly in live-com matches too. Apologies for the rage there. But let's have a look at... So, Inter have beaten Galatasaray 6-0. Let's see how many chances they needed to create those goals. Oh, look. 2. 6-1 to Atletico Madrid. How many... Oh, they actually created 5 in fairness to them and had 22 shots on target and they got 6 goals. Fair enough. I mean, you know, dominance. And Barcelona put 4 past Leverkusen. To be fair, they created a couple of chances. I'm going to put some shoot less often on the fullbacks and Beckart because for some reason that might be causing... I know he scores the occasional one, but I feel like he misses opportunities for us by taking shots on when perhaps he would have just passed it. That result really bugs me. It just really bugs me when you get that, but... we've had a good run so far, but it felt like it was coming, I suppose. So next episode, of course, is going to be Barcelona and Liverpool. Double live com has to be done. God knows what we'll get in that game then, eh? Jesus Christ. Anyway, moving along. If you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, drop a like. That'll be cool. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I stream every single Tuesday and Thursday on Twitch at 11:30 a.m. So yeah, go over and follow there too, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun, capybara. Bye-bye.